Hi, this is DJ Dom from ABM23, and today in MIL FM, we are going to talk about an issue faced by our generation today: cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, from the word cyber and bullying, it is a form of bullying that comes with the help of technology. Cyberbullying may take place with the use of social media apps like Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and etc. Online forums, SMS, or even in online gaming. With the use of social media apps, cyberbullying can be done by sending to others some private or false information about someone, by posting negative or false information about someone, by sharing private information that could embarrass them. It is not your acquaintances that could only view this shared information, but also strangers. In gaming, cyberbullying is done by online harassment like in online forums. Cyberbullying is mostly done by teenagers. We know that teenagers nowadays are the ones that is most influenced by the technology and internet. They are more exposed to it than the other generations. So it is not surprising that most cases of cyberbullying are mostly done by teenagers. Shared personal, false, or hurtful information would not be that easy to take back. It is because those shared informations will easily spread once they are posted on the internet. Unlike bullying, cyberbullying is hard to notice. One of the reasons is because most parents and teachers are not that exposed to media. It means that they don't have any idea to what their child or student is experiencing. But it is a different story when adults are involved in cyberbullying. Once an adult is involved in these things, you may call it cyber harassment or cyber stalking, a crime that can have legal consequences and involve jail time. Cyberstalking is a form of online harassment in which the perpetrator uses the help of technology to stalk a victim. This is more dangerous than cyberbullying because generally involves a credible threat to the victim's safety. Now, that's all for the introduction about cyberbullying. We will talk about now the causes and effects of cyberbullying.
What makes a bully can be complex and can include a number of factors. Some people find themselves being occasional bullies without even realizing it. While there is no one reason that a person turns into a bully, there are some common factors in many cases. A common misconception is that bullies have low self-esteem. On the contrary, a study from UCLA found that most bullies have almost ridiculously high self-esteem. The same study showed that bullies are often popular in school and their victims are often unpopular. This can make the pain of bullying even more brutal. However, both bullies and victims are simply playing roles. Neither is a fixed personality quality. Bullies can learn to stop being bullies, and victims can also stop being victims. The number one cause of cyberbullying or bullying in general is feeling powerless in their own lives. Bullying away people claim sort of power in their lives by victimizing another. That person might have old shoes, be too short, too smart, too dumb, too feminine. The reason doesn't really matter. Sometimes the feelings of powerlessness come from a problem at home. For kids, this might be a situation such as excessive fighting in the home, parents getting a divorce, or a close family member suffering from an addiction to drugs or alcohol. For adults, problems in marriage, from disloyalty to general estrangement, may lead them to exaggerate their own authority to the point of bullying. Kids who push others around are often driven by the need for power. They enjoy being able to subdue others. These types of kids are typically impulsive and hot-headed, and they thrive when their victims cower in their presence. Someone else is bullying them. In many cases, bullying begets bullying. A person may feel bullied by their parents, their boss, or an older sibling. Getting bullied by any of these people who are in assumed position of authority may tempt some to claim authority for themselves through bullying. When bullying slips through the net and isn't sorted out, we allow another generation of bullies to be created. Research shows that those who have experienced bullying are twice as likely to go on to bully others. The next possible cause of bullying is lack of understanding or empathy. In some cases, a person may bully because there is an aspect of a person's personality that they don't understand or don't agree with. They may also have a prejudice against a person's race, religion, or sexual orientation, and in many instances, they may even think that targeting a person whom they see as exuding wrong behavior is as a good thing. This lack of empathy may be learned at home if the bully's parents voice racist attitudes. For example, the bully could pick up this behavior. Also, some people have psychological issues that reduce their ability to empathize with others. The next reason is looking for attention. Some bullies would never think of themselves as bullies. They think that all they are doing is teasing a bit and may even be trying to communicate or befriend the person they are bullying. These social issues led them to have trouble communicating in a healthy way and instead turn insults or even physical violence as a way of communicating. Family influences. The family situation of bullies can often be a contributory factor. Lack of emotional support, authoritarian parenting, divorces, domestic violence, and poor parental communication are all potential factors in the lives of bullies. Behavior gets rewarded. Most people don't do this intentionally. However, the perpetrator is inadvertently rewarded anytime victims give up their lunch money or belongings. They also get rewarded by gaining popularity, attention, or power. These unintentional rewards reinforce bullying behavior and encourage the perpetrator to keep pushing others around. Inability to regulate emotions. When people get frustrated and angry, they can usually stop themselves from doing this that will hurt others. When kids don't have the ability to regulate their emotions, small annoyances can provoke them and cause them to severely overreact. For example, a child may be innocently walking down the hall and accidentally bump into a bully. Even though the child apologizes, the bully may lose his temper and slam the victim into a wall. These are the few of the many causes of cyberbullying and bullying in general that currently is present in our generation.
The effects of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying affects people from any age or walk of life, including children, teens, and adults, who all feel very distressed and alone when being bullied online. Cyberbullying can make you feel totally overwhelmed, which can result in many feeling embarrassed that they are going through such a devastating time, and not knowing what support is available to them. Many children feel unable to confide in an adult because they feel ashamed and wonder whether they will be judged and told to ignore it or close their accounts, which they may not want to do. Cyberbullying affects their everyday lives and is a constant source of distress and worry. With the mobile technology being so freely used, it is an ongoing issue that one is that relentless. Not only does it go on after school, college, or work has finished, but it then carries through the next day. And then cycles continue. It has been well documented that cyberbullying has resulted in tragic events, including suicide, self-harm, and clearly more needs to be done in order to protect the vulnerable children and adults from online bullying. The following are the effects of cyberbullying. First is low self-esteem. Second, withdrawal family and spending a lot of time alone. Third, reluctance to let parents and or other family members anywhere near their mobiles, laptops, and other gadgets. The following are effects of cyberbullying. First is low self-esteem. Second, withdrawal from family and spending a lot of time alone. Third, reluctance to let parents or other family members anywhere near their mobile phones and laptops. Fourth, finding excuses to stay away from school or work, including school refusal. Fifth, losing weight or changing their appearance to try and fit in. Sixth, fresh marks on the skin that could indicate self-harm, and dressing differently such as wearing long-sleeved clothes in the summer to hide any marks. 7th, a change in personality. Example given: anger, depressive, crying, and withdrawn. Recent statistics show that 20% of children and young people indicate fear of cyberbullies made them reluctant to go to school. 5% have reported self-harm. 3% have reported an attempt of suicide as a direct result of cyberbullying. Young people are found to be twice as likely to be bullied on FB as any other social networking site. 28% of young people have reported incidents of cyberbullying on Twitter. 26% of young people have reported incidents of cyberbullying on AskFM and Instagram. Like all forms of bullying, cyberbullying causes psychological, emotional, and physical stress. Each person's response to being bullied is unique, but research has shown some general tendencies. Reports that youth who are bullied have a higher risk of depression and anxiety. Symptoms may include increased feelings of sadness and loneliness, changes in sleep and eating patterns, loss of interest in any activities, more health complaints. Youth who are bullied are more likely to struggle personally and at school. They may miss, skip, or drop out of school, receive poor grades, have lower self-esteem, and use alcohol or drugs to elevate their feeling in school. Bullying can lead to thoughts about suicide, sometimes persisting into adulthood. In one study, adults who were bullied as youth were 3 times more likely to have suicidal thoughts than inclinations.
Don't respond. If someone bullies you, remember that your reaction is usually exactly what the bully wants. It gives him or her power over you. Who wants to empower a bully? Second, don't retaliate. Getting back at the bully turns you into one and reinforces the bully's behavior. Help avoid a whole cycle of aggression. Third, save the evidence. The only good news about digital bullying is that the harassing messages can usually be captured, saved, and shown to someone who can help. You need to do this even if it's minor stuff, in case things escalate. Fourth, talk to a trusted adult. You deserve a backup. It's always good to involve a parent, but if you can't, a school counselor usually knows how to help. Sometimes both are needed. If you're really nervous about saying something, see if there's a way to report the incident anonymously at school. Fifth, block the bully. If the harassment coming in form of instant messages, texts, or profile comments, do yourself a favor. Use preferences or privacy tools to block the person. Next, be civil. Even if you don't like someone, it's a good idea to be decent and not sink to the other person's level. Also, research shows that gossiping about and trash-talking others increases your risk of being bullied. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Next, don't be a bully. How would you feel if someone harassed you? You know the old saying about walking a mile in someone's shoes? Even a few seconds of thinking about how another person might feel can put a big damper on aggression that's needed in this world. And lastly, be a friend, not a bystander. Watching or forwarding mean messages empowers bullies and hurts victims even more. If you can, tell bullies to stop or let them know harassment makes people look stupid and mean. It's time to let bullies know their behavior is unacceptable, cruel abuse of fellow human beings. If you can stop the bully, at least try to help the victim and report the behavior. There will never be a complete cure for bullying and cyberbullying behavior. However, with continuous focus, energy, and commitment, there can be successful management of all forms of bullying with significant minimization of the number of victims.